Hello. Today I want to talk to you about mindfulness. Now, I don't know if you already practice this or you don't know what it is or it's just a name to you, but I'd like to explain a little bit further and why it might be of some great help to you at this particular stage in your life. Mindfulness is an ancient meditative practice which stems from thousands of years ago, used by Hindus and Buddhists. But I think it's been going about 45 years actually, but I've been aware of this for about 25 years. Mindfulness has become one of the central planks in cognitive behavior therapy as well. And this was rather due, I think, to the thoughts and readings and research of one particular man, a remarkable man, and his name is Jon Kabat-Zinn. He's an American professor. He devised some techniques that we could use within cognitive behavior practice, and one of those techniques involved the simple raisin. I have to confess that when I first saw one of these videos using a raisin, which was supposed to calm people down and focus them, I thought to myself, well, that's very interesting, but I'll never use it. In actual fact, as time wore on, I began to use it rather a lot. Now, what exactly is mindfulness? It's a way of being right in the moment. It's a way of having intense focus and being present with your emotion or the situation you're in. Commonly, mindfulness these days is used in IBS, so people can focus on their gut and relax and be with the symptoms that they feel. All sorts of pain relief. It's very, very good for pain relief. And it's also very good for calming mood. The thing is, that so much of what we experience as pain or trouble and distress is actually because we're trying to push away whatever it is that we're feeling. And when we instead become curious about it and focus in on it, we can be with it and we become calmer. I mean, for example, I'm a widow now, and I've certainly found it very useful in terms of grief, where you sometimes keep yourself so busy that you don't think about it, and sometimes you have to think about it and be in the moment. Now, could this have an application for eating? I think it very much could. And I will come to that in a moment. But let's look at this raisin now. And what I'd like to tell you is that about 5 years ago, I made a video with a young person who was my sort of guinea pig. And I did this 10-minute exercise with her where she contemplated a raisin and eventually swallowed it. That's the shortcut version. I'm going to do a kind of intermediate version now, but if you'd like the long version, which takes about 10 minutes, you will find a link in this video. So, in order to contemplate a raisin and be present in the moment, the first thing you do is you look at it. And you look very carefully, as if you'd never seen a raisin before. And as you look at it, you will notice, oh, some of it's a bit shiny. Oh, there's a groove there. There's a little bobble there. It's not quite the perfect shape, I thought. If I touch it, oh yes, changes shape. It's quite a complicated structure with lots of little indentations in it, and you contemplate that for a bit. Eventually, you do play with it and alter it and touch it. And then, after a while, and I'm not going to do this because I do not want to talk to you while my mouth is full of raisin, but you pop it in your mouth and you allow it to lie on your tongue. You push it around the mouth, seeing if you can taste anything, seeing if it's changing shape. You make a slight indentation in it with one of your teeth. You then see, can you smell an aroma now? Can you taste anything? and you gently play with it and allow it to be in your mouth, and eventually you allow yourself to swallow it, and then you sit and you think about what you're experiencing, the taste in your throat, the sweetness, the calmness perhaps you feel. And that's why I'd like you to have a little go at this technique if you'd like to do it. Now, if you were to eat that slowly all the time, well, you wouldn't have time for anything but eating, would you? But can you see that if you focus that hard on one little item of food and appreciate it fully and think about it, it could alter your whole approach to eating. I mean, I have to confess, if somebody gave me a handful of raisins like this, I won't do it because it's not a very edifying sight. I would throw them into my mouth and probably swallow the whole lot like that. By doing one at a time and appreciating what it has to offer, I'm thinking of that particular item of food in a very different way. And I think if you apply that to eating sometimes, eating mindfully, just thinking about what you're eating and allowing the sensation of the food to pass down and for you to think, that's a good feeling, I think it could help you. I hope so anyway. See you another time.